But I do think that, and those two matches I'm talking about are for the IC title and the US belt, right? US belt, we got LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This is now the fourth incarnation of Shinsuke. I'm forward. I want, like, he should always be on TV. Always, because he always performs in the ring. How do you think the build for this one has been?
So I maybe because I just like singing the song along with them. Like I just like face Shinsuke. I just do. Cause that's how I was introduced to him here. Like I didn't see too much of him in NXT. My first time seeing him was his last match in NXT for WrestleMania 33, right? And 2017-18 for him was insane. You know, yelling, whoa, like what people do for Seth Rollins right now is what people doing for Shinsuke for at least 3 or 4 years at that time. So I missed that. But I mean, you know, after the stuff that happened with AJ Styles, he was like, you know, sorry, no speak English. You know, like I mean, I don't know. Once again, I don't know why they think he's better as a heel. I don't think he's better as a heel personally. But as a performer in the ring, I mean, dude is great. And you know how I feel about LA Knight. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I like that they had him come in and do a couple of attacks on him. I don't know who gets put over there, but I like the fact
it
that
has to be LA, right?
I mean, for how they jerked him around the last year or some change, where you're like, yeah, he should have this going into WrestleMania. We should have to talk about WrestleMania. Period. If you want him to drop it there, cool. But he should come. He should walk into 41 as the champion. Absolutely. So
is that what you think happened? Do you think Triple H puts Shinsuke over?
I wouldn't be surprised if Shinsuke got put over, but I think that LA Knight wins.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Intercontinental Championship match, we have Bron Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. I thought they did a fantastic job on Raw, adding Sheamus to it, creating the match. Like, that brawl was great. Also, side note, I haven't been this happy with GMs in WWE, like in the WWE universe, since it was Stephanie and Bischoff. But yes. I think Pierce does a fantastic job. And then I literally just had his name.
Nick Aldis, yeah.
Yeah, Nick Aldis on SmackDown. I fucking love it. Like they're both great at their job. So I think that this should be the McIntyre Sheamus Gunther match from Mania a couple of years ago on the card.
Agreed.
This should be an absolute fucking barn burner.
Agreed.
So how do you feel about the build, and what do you think? Who do you think's gonna win?
I'm ready for Sheamus to finally get it done, man. Like I'm like, it's time. Once again, the only time that he hasn't won in WWE. But once again, I just don't know if they have Breaker lose twice in a year. And I know you're big on, like, if you're going to be built to be the next guy, it doesn't make sense story-wise for someone to lose twice in a year like that,
right?
Unless you're going in a different direction with them. So the fan in me wants Sheamus to get it done and you know, get that victory. But I think storyline wise, it was if Breaker is a starter, you're building out of this, or even, you know, for Kaiser for that matter, if you're building them two to be main event guys going forward, it makes sense to put Braun over and that sense of retain.
I mean, I love Jay. I love the fact that he's now a former Intercontinental Champion, but you should have never done that. Like, you should never have let Jay win just for a couple of weeks just to put the belt back on Bron Breaker.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it was gonna happen because we knew that was gonna be part of the story with Roman Reigns. Like, so it was almost predictable. I think it was. This is a little different what I'm about to bring up, but it kind of felt like when Mankind won on Monday Night Raw years ago. It was like, yeah, it was great. It was
the Worcester Centrum. I was there.
Yeah. So it was great to see that Mankind had finally won and, you know, became the world champion. But it was you didn't think it was going to be a long title run.
Sure.
You know, as a kid, you didn't think he was going to be like, he wasn't going to hold it longer than Rock or Taker or Hunter. Like, that wasn't going to happen. It was a cool feel good story in the moment.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like they kind of did that to appease Jay in the moment, which I'm like, I don't love that. Because once again, if we've been to a few shows together since then, he's fucking over.
Over.
Like, it's unbelievable, and he gets the same reaction every time. I've seen him in Cleveland this year. I've seen him in Philly this year. Like everywhere he goes, excuse me, the reaction is the same. So I'm like, so much so they play his theme song at the Bruins games now, right? During intermission, they'll play this. I'm like, I got a tape of this, but they play because they weren't playing Stone Cold, now they're playing his. So think about that. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? So and they still play Shane McMahon's theme too, which is funny. But I'm just like, it's unbelievable. So yeah, maybe he gets another run. You know, maybe they get back into the tag team picture with him and Jimmy. But I'm like, Jay has done so well in a solo run that I feel like he should get one more shot. I'd like to see him in LA Knight for the United States Championship. I think that would be a really good, pairing there. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, either way, this is going to be one of the good matches of the night. And but like I said, I think that Breaker retains and continue his path of destruction going forward.
As good old JR once said, like this should be a slobber knocker. It should.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Tougher than a $2 steak. I fucking
yeah.
Also, before which it's worth noting to everyone out there listening, if you are listening on Friday, obviously it'll be a great Thanksgiving, all that pleasantries. We're recording this on Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd to me that the WWE Championship is not being defended. The champion isn't even on the card. So,
Crazy.
What are the odds that they hotshot it and tell us about Friday how it's going to be KO versus Cody for the belt at Survivor Series? Like, and any chance that they do that?
They should. Once again, how do you have one of the big four PLEs? PLEs, but that's PLEs. How do you have that? Yeah, Jeez. How do you have that and not have the face or one of the current faces, on the card? Like that's insane. Once again, and it feeds back to what people say. That wouldn't have happened with Roman. Roman would have been on there, and that's true. He would have been there for all big four.
100% true, yeah.
So Nick Gold is Friday night. I think they're in Vancouver, right? There's no way that I don't know how they're gonna storyline it. Maybe it's like another attack, or maybe KO does like a Daniel Bryan type thing and takes over the ring and says give me what I want. So go full Batista. Give me what I want.
Well, they should actually have. That's a great idea, but they should have Cody do it. He's the champion. I'm not. I am not. We're not going to commercial. You're not. The next segment will not start until I get my match with Kevin Owens tomorrow night.
And I'd be totally on board.
Right.
Totally on board with that. And I would open with that.
As you should.
I would open with that. We know what the main event's going to be. But I would open with, with that. I think that would be, like I said, unless they have him being a part of the men's war game at the end, which I don't know if that makes sense or not. But
no, it doesn't.
It does. No, I know, but we've seen them do things that don't make sense before.
Sure.
Just, what the hell is going on? So we'll see.
So come on, Triple H, do the right thing. Make that match. Have your WWE champion be defending his belt, or at least just be on the card at one of your big four PLEs. Okay.